This past Tuesday night, the mayor of Otter Creek, Russ the Sus, canceled the town hall meeting where a new mayor and new council members were to be voted in and sworn in. And he says it was based on an emergency. We're gonna wait here because the day after on Wednesday, nobody showed up at town hall. Today is Thursday. It is 9:24. We're gonna see if anybody shows up today because town hall opens from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. While we wait outside for somebody, a mayor, a clerk, a maintenance man, let's read this again. By the order of the mayor, due to an emergency, nobody in this town has figured out what the emergency is yet. The meeting of the Otter Creek Town Council scheduled for May 9th, 2023 is canceled to be rescheduled later in the month on due and proper notice. Now, I gotta believe that this is because I'm here. And I think they might know when I'm planning on leaving. But I can promise you, I will be here. And what's the emergency? I mean, I can understand if a town hall meeting is canceled because there's a hurricane headed for Otter Creek. I don't think they ever anticipated the hailstorm that's here.
You requested a 2-inch meter. Your plumber called me personally.
We've kind of pieced and parted together a bit of a timeline. As a matter of fact, here, let me grab the camera. We're gonna go look inside the window right now. Now, remember, this is a public facility, and inside, oh, you see the table right there? That is a council table. If you were to look inside, it's actually set up for the town hall meeting. Pretty interesting, right? So if you're thinking about timeline, it's Richard's job, the maintenance man. Remember Richard, right? Richard is the one that came to Mary's rescue. Here, look at him right here.
City Council
says the state of Florida, says
City
the
Council
country of the United States.
Okay, well, I'm going to contest all of that in court, and we're going to find
now
out.
You're going to contest
a
in front
judge
of the
is going to find
commission.
out.
Okay, take it to court.
It's Richard's job to set up for town hall, okay? He did it. He actually did a good job. It's all set up. It's all ready. Now, what we do know what happened on Tuesday, well, let's back up a little bit. First, this happened on Monday.
Know how much you got? You got your check made out? We're good to go.
I don't know how much, but I would like you to do an itemized bill for me. So here's what I got. Since you came in here, I'm out there.
No.
I've got. You don't have that option, Mary. You're a public official.
Okay, I will make you a bill.
Okay, I want to be very clear. She is kicking me out of her office.
I'm asking you not to come in
this is a public. Now, be very clear. Be very clear. The public servant has just kicked me out of the public office. Now, might want to look at that again. Yeah, Mary placed her hands on me. That's a no-no anywhere, especially in a civil government building by a civil government employee. I want to be very clear. She is kicking me out of her office. This is a public. On Tuesday, I actually, under legal counsel, I pressed charges against Mary, and this happened.
He's touching you it's without your consent.
Yes.
But
so I want to press charges for battery. Absolutely.
So she will be getting charged with battery.
That was kind of late morning, early afternoon. So at some point, we also knew that my process server, because I filed lawsuit on the town of Otter Creek. And by the way, let's clarify something. There are some complete and total incompetent fools that think as residents of Otter Creek, they're all personally getting sued. I can't even comprehend such ignorance, but it's the town. I filed suit against the town entity. And Russell Meeks Sr., who said this, he got what he wished for. We knew he was being served here at the meeting. So let's put a timeline together. All right, I contact Levy County Sheriff. If Mary would have contacted the Levy County Sheriff and said, I even touched her in the simplest boop, I would have spent the night, if not the weekend, if not a week, if not a month in jail. But I record every interaction with them on purpose. Mary is a pathological liar. I've shared that and I've proved that over and over and over again in my videos and vlogging my life. Mary batters me. I contact Levy County Sheriff. Levy County Sheriff go and talk to her, and charges are being pressed. We know that. And then we know they're being served, particularly Russell Meeks Sr. is being served with the first initial lawsuit, which has everything to do with Sunshine Law and records request. You think I'm ever going to get those records? I mean, they don't even open town hall. But that being said, that timeline happened to a point where now we know it was Mary who actually was contacting the current, which they should not be the current, but the current town hall council, and stating roughly around, we're putting the timeline together, roughly around 4:30 to 5 o'clock, they were contacted and saying that the mayor has the authority to cancel the meeting, and therefore he is canceling the meeting. And as has been shared with me, which this is third to fourth party now, okay? This isn't, I heard this from the original source, so keep that in mind, that Mary had been arrested and that the town hall meeting was now canceled due to the exercising authority of the mayor. Now, I have no doubt that a mayor can actually cancel a meeting, but was it done illegally or was it done the right way at all? And will the new meeting be done legally or the right way at all? There's so much still to come. Back in 2021, when George and I actually moved here into Otter Creek, yeah, we're residents. And no, we are not one of the biggest landowners in Otter Creek. Not by far. I warned Mary, if you push me, I will push back. I'm not a person who provokes, but if I get pushed and it's wrong, I'm going to correct it. Now, I've got a major investment into this town, and I'm not going to stand idly by and let that be destroyed either. Why in the world would Mary have pushed me? Here's one of my biggest concerns for the residents of Otter Creek right now. Remember, they don't get enough time to pay their water bill. And town hall is closed. So today is May 11th. It is Thursday, May 11th. If they're not here today, or on Friday, May 12th, Saturday they're closed, Sunday they're closed, Monday, May 15th, everybody's water bill is due. Let's take a peek inside. I don't even know that that people will be able to pay their water bills. I mean, everything is set up. Chairs are set up. You know, I'm concerned. I am very concerned for the citizens here because they may all get late fees, or it may just be a case that I get the late fees. I get a turnoff notice. I get anything and everything you can think of. And I'm concerned that it's going to happen to them as well. Now, here's another concern. This says Town of Otter Creek Town Hall up here, right? All right. And you think Mary has an office in there, right? Let me do a little bit of correction here for you. Number one, the town hall is Mary's office. The rest of the building is the public library, okay? Now, you see where I'm going here, right? The rest of the building is a public library. Town hall business is not in a private office. Town hall is that public room that happens to be adjacent to the town hall library. There is nothing private about it whatsoever. There never has been anything private about it whatsoever. As a matter of fact, there's only been one time where I've paid my bill outside, maybe two. I may not remember everything perfectly. The issue is this: Mary should never, ever, ever take my personal information and bring it out into a public library. Richard's been there, Norma's been there, Angela's been there, other individuals have been there. My information, out in the public library. My information needs to stay inside the town hall building and facility, which is that room back in the corner that I got shoved out of. Mary is just started walking from her home. Mary, we've got questions. We want to know what the emergency is. Mary, the town wants to know what the emergency is. Okay, so Mary is on the phone, no doubt, with the Levy County Sheriff. It may be Russ the Sus. Let's hope it's Russ the Sus. But Mary is coming to work, but she just turned around and left. Maybe we'll figure out what this actual emergency is. Maybe you're wondering what people think about this whole thing, this whole entire thing. Remember Russ the Sus's daughter, Charlene, right here?
My concerns are, and I think most of them have already been addressed, about the town looking like a ghetto and the town council not doing anything to fix this, nor is anyone ever going to want to move here to improve our town or make it where there's more people to compensate or justify this water issue, if that's the complaint with Chief One is only the 92 residents here in Otter Creek. No one's going to want to move here.
That was only one person.
Okay, well, one person, whatever. Second, I don't think the water, I'd like to know how much more time and money is going to be spent on this Chief One deal, because I don't think it's going to happen.
This is what Charlene has to say about it. Right here. This is the night of the town hall meeting. Now, it may be a little difficult to actually read. It says, "Welp, I won't be making my debut on Levy Mugshots tonight. You'll all have to talk about someone else tomorrow, I guess." I'm kidding. The jail talk is freaking my mom and Jack out. Charlene, let's address this here real quick. Charlene, first of all, you should be thrilled. You're the one that started this. You wanted Otter Creek cleaned up. You wanted business and families to come in. All we've done is taken the baton from you, and we're going to see it to the very end and to the very finish. What are you upset about? Your dad? Your dad is the issue. And by the way, all of your information on Facebook is public. And we can utilize that. As a matter of fact, you got a friend, Amy, who says, "I need to get a life." She says, "This is a mess. It's just about to ill me. He really needs to get a life." Now, who do you think the he is? It's me. Amy, I think I have a pretty good life. As a matter of fact, I'd feel fine if the Lord takes me today. I've lived a full life. I've been through the ancient pyramids of Egypt. I've captured wild alligators and rehomed them here in Florida. As a matter of fact, I've probably lived more of a life in 1 year than you probably have in the entirety of your life. So I'm pretty sure I have a pretty good life. And as a matter of fact, I wanted it to be even better. That's why I moved here to Otter Creek. I wanted to be in the midst of the nature and the beauty and the woods. I wanted to be left alone. But what did they do? They pushed. Literally, they pushed. Still waiting for Mary to return. I'm not even so concerned about the water bills as I am anybody with library books, because the way they do fees with water bills, I can only imagine the past due library books here in the town hall. I mean, they got to make their money somehow, right, Mary?
We need money. How much are we going to get?
6 days ago, Charmeek said, sometimes you just got to let God fix it, because if you fix it, you go to jail. Well, that's the end goal, for these individuals to go to jail. And to be honestly open and transparent, Charlene, don't make the same mistakes your dad is, or Mary is, or Richard is. You're not above the law, and I'm not above the law. Now, a lot of people are concerned, and they're like, "Jeremy, what can we do?" I've already shared with you, do not contact the people in Otter Creek. They should live their lives normally. Now, you may be going, "Jeremy, you're not letting them live their lives normally." Mary just walked around the corner. Mary's a public official. I have every legal right to film her. I have every legal right to be here at Town Hall. I have every legal right to know what the emergency is. Your rights are like a muscle. If you don't exercise them, they will be taken away. And therefore, I'm trying to exercise the rights for everybody here in Otter Creek. I know so many of you are concerned for us. You're concerned for our safety. You're like, man, those backwoods, those southern boys, they operate differently. Listen, there's nothing different about the South than there is the North. And if all truth be told, they're more scared of my camera than they ever will be a gun. Now, you already know I carry everywhere. What you don't know is there's people around me all the time that are carrying it as well. There are firearms around me almost 24/7. George and I have, you know, it's not smart to talk about all of your security, because if you talk about all your security, then it's not very secure, right? So many of you are actually, you're worried. All right, here's the thing I would share for you. The person you need to be worried about, or the people you need to be worried about, are the people that cross us. Because they push me, I'm going to push back. They're going to get the consequences of their actions. They're going to get the consequences of their speech. And if you want to do something, you can contact all the appropriate authorities in Florida. You can contact anybody and everybody who is the proper authority in Florida to take care of this mess. If I do it, that's one voice. If I and one other person does it, that's two voices. If I and the world does it, that's every voice. I promise you, it will get cared for one way or another. Still no Mary. And still no word on the next meeting. I need to know what the emergency was. The townspeople need to know what the emergency was. We need to know the date of the next meeting. And you would be sitting there thinking, why would the mayor cancel the meeting? Okay, let's talk about a few things. Can a mayor cancel the meeting in an emergency? Well, I guess it depends on what the emergency is. And again, I've shared this. My legal team is going to dig into it. They'll be sued based on if it's illegal. And if it's not, then they did the right thing. But is the emergency that Mary was actually charged with battery? Could that be an emergency? And if that is the case, why would a meeting be canceled? So let's back up a little bit. What you may not know is Mary works part-time. She works 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Monday through Friday, 20 hours a week. That's a town of less than 100 people here, right? We don't need a town clerk to do anything more than that. Honestly, it's probably more hours than it would typically take anyway. But the competency level is low. And because the competency level is low, they hired another person. And whenever a town or a government actually does a hiring, they have to do a posting for that position. So they did. They hired another person. And that person, in their job description, is to take the place of the clerk of courts in the town hall meeting. And did that happen? No, we didn't even have a town hall meeting. Okay, well, what if it was a medical emergency with Russell? Okay, if it was a medical emergency with Russell, we have a vice mayor. Okay, well, what if it was Mary couldn't be here, Russell couldn't be here? Listen, as long as there's a quorum, the meeting should have taken place, as long as there's a quorum. And you're probably going right now, okay, Jeremy, explain to me, what is a quorum? A quorum means majority of people to vote on something. So here in Otter Creek, we have 5 council members. And out of those council members, one is the mayor, one's vice mayor, okay? So how many people would we have had to have here to actually have a meeting? 3 of them. We could have had 3 members. One showed up. If we could have got 2 others to show up, the meeting could have went on. You don't have to have the mayor. You don't have to have Mary. There are backups, and if we had a quorum, everything could have taken place. We could have had the new council voted in, and we'd know who our new mayor is right now. What do people outside of Otter Creek think about all of this? All right, well, here's an individual. By the way, we get tons and tons and tons of messages, and many, many encouraging messages. Hi, my name is, we're just gonna say Cash. We'll say Cash. My name is Cash. I grew up in Chiefland. I'm a current resident, and my husband, we'll just call him Bob. Bob and I are huge fans. I wanted to let you know, they're great people here. Otter Creek has always tried to play by different rules, and no one has ever called them out on it. I'm so glad you have. Also, Russ the Cuss, not Russ the Sus, Russ the Cuss and his son, which, by the way, we have mentioned this before, because people say, why aren't you going to the commissioners? Well, 2 of the commissioners in Levy County are related to Russell. One of them being his son, and they've stayed out of this mess, and therefore, I'm leaving them out of this mess. But Russ the Cuss and his son both need to be looked into for fraud. And I promise you, Cash, people are giving us files and folders filled with information on all of these people. Like, we've got so much, it's overwhelming. And also the mayor from Cedar Key, he's friends with Russ the Cuss. Trust me, there's a lot you don't know. The state needs to audit the town and where the money's going. Thank you for all you're doing, and don't let them back you down. It is officially 10 o'clock. Can you see that right there? 10 o'clock. It's 10 o'clock. Mary obviously is not ill. Mary was on her way to work. And if we look right here, hours of operation are from 10 to 2. So you got to ask the question, is this another illegal activity based off of the actions of Mary DeGroot, town clerk, under the authority of Mayor Russell Meeks Sr.? Is this legal? You're literally coming to work. You have a resident waiting for you to discuss when the next meeting is and what the emergency was. And then you decide not to show up to work? How in the Hales is this lady still employed?
We need money.
Yeah, for bail, for all of you.